Hi, my name is Dr. Melissa Gratias. I want to help you be more organized and effective at work. Today I want to tell you a story about a client named Lydia, the director of a not-for-profit organization who was extremely devoted to her work. Almost too much, to be honest with you. She called me in because she'd lost her groove. She'd lost her passion for the work. She'd decided that she needed to be more effective with her time and managing her time, but her passion for it just wasn't there anymore. She hoarded information. I will start there. Walking into Lydia's office was amazing because there was information overload. The walls were plastered with post-it notes and flip charts. The floors were stacked with supplies and files. Every horizontal surface had stacks of paper on it, and her email and electronic files were not any better. So Lydia hoarded and just collected information. She felt very overwhelmed and unbalanced. I mean, that's not surprising. But what was interesting about Lydia, she was, and maybe understandably so because of her mission and her not-for-profit, she was very deeply and personally impacted by everything that happened at work. Every operational decision, every business decision was very personal for her. And for Lydia, her disorganization was a symptom of a larger problem. One thing that Lydia and other people like Lydia must realize, and it's a very difficult thing, you are replaceable at work. You are completely and totally replaceable at work. Take a moment. You're replaceable. You are not inextricably linked to that organization. That is a hard thing for some people to hear. But when you don't accept that fact, when you don't accept that I'm replaceable at work, several things can happen. Number one, you end up working way too long. You end up allocating more time that you want to be spending on more personal pursuits, family pursuits. You end up devoting that time to your work, and when you remove time from one thing and devote it to something else, it doesn't come back. Time is a non-renewable resource. So one thing, when you don't realize you are replaceable at work, you end up working much too long and you get imbalanced. Number two, like Lydia, people who feel they are just not replaceable end up keeping too much stuff. They just gather, because their stuff almost becomes their identity. All these files, all these records of past accomplishments and past projects. This is who I am. So if I get rid of this file, I'm getting rid of a piece of me. So not having an appropriate boundary between you and your job can lead to keeping too much stuff, just like Lydia was experiencing. And number three, and probably most detrimental to the organization, is a person who doesn't feel they're extractable from their job will fail to develop other people, will fail to share information. They will hoard their processes just like they're hoarding their stuff and be all secretive about how they do things because nobody could do it any better than I can do it. But that's not the case. And my first boss, I was this young 20s professional, a wonderful first boss, and my first boss told me this great thing: strive every day to work yourself out of a job. Strive every day to work yourself out of a job by developing the people around you, sharing information, streamlining your processes. And by so doing, you don't end up on the unemployment line, you end up promoted. You end up at the next level, doing things that are really cool and exciting, and you get to move forward in your career. So poor Lydia, she eventually left that organization. It became too much for her. But don't let yourself get into that state. Remember, you are replaceable at work. And with that knowledge comes power. Do you see yourself in Lydia's situation? If so, visit me on my website, melissagratias.com. That's MELISSAGRATIAS.com. Mention this video and you can receive a 45-minute free consultation on your office work organizational needs. Thanks for watching and have a productive day.